Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, everybody? This is Joseph Conlon coming to you with your Monday Night Raw review on Monday, September 28th, 2020. I hope you all are having a good night tonight on a Monday night. Tonight was Monday Night Raw, the post-show after Clash of Champions, which was a good pay-per-view last night. But tonight's show of Monday Night Raw was basically the same show as last week, except there was no retribution on this week's Raw. There was going to be no retribution for 2 weeks because one of the members came in contact with someone who got COVID-19. So that entire faction is quarantined for 2 weeks. And believe it or not, folks, there was no Raw Underground tonight. Are we possibly getting rid of Raw Underground? I hope so. That got nobody over whatsoever. So if you're going to get rid of Raw Underground, you have my approval. But tonight's show, the only thing that I really liked on this show was the stuff with Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. Now, I know a lot of people were quite upset that the feud is continuing between McIntyre and Orton going into Hell in a Cell, and clearly we all know where this is going. We see this from a mile away. It's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship inside Hell in a Cell. I think you might as well confirm the match right there. But we will go over everything that happened on tonight's show. And before we do, make sure you check out my Clash of Champions review last night with my guest, Monty. We both went over Clash of Champions together. 43 minutes was the review, probably the longest review I have ever done. And I want to thank him for being such a great guest on the Big Fight Feel channel last night. Such a fun time. And he'll definitely be back on the channel in the future. So keep an eye out for that. But ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Raw, shall we? It opened up with all the legends coming out. Big Show, Christian, Ric Flair, and Shawn Michaels. All of them came out. Shawn Michaels introduced the WWE Champion, Drew McIntyre. McIntyre approached all of them. And you see, well, this is a cool moment, and I did not expect to see you guys last night in my ambulance match. And, Rick got on the microphone. Shawn Michaels was mostly on the microphone. I don't think Big Show or Christian were on the microphone, but Michaels was on the microphone. He was just like, we know what Randy Orton's been putting you through, and we're just happy that, you're standing up to Randy Orton and doing what you do. And McIntyre was like, I appreciate it. I proved that I beat Randy Orton on my own at SummerSlam. And then we got Orton on the Titantron saying, this is far from over. This is over when I say it's over, and it's over when I become the WWE Champion. Then he says, you have made one big mistake, Drew McIntyre, and you're going to go through hell. So clearly right there, they're pitching a Hell in a Cell match between Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. And then Orton just walks out of the building. And he says, you know what? I want to put my title on the line tonight. I'm a fighting champion, and that's who I want to be. I will put my title on the line tonight against anybody I have not defended the WWE Championship against. So that was legitimately the only thing I cared about, was who was going to challenge Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. Now, later in the night, Dolph Ziggler went to Adam Pearce's office and dropped a hit on him. So I think after that little sequence, It was very predictable on who it was going to be. And you guys know the rest of the story. You could see it in the title. First match, Zelina Vega versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. This match went 10 minutes. It was a little bit better than last night's match. I would say it was better than last night's match. I don't think it should have gone 10 minutes. But Asuka tapped out Zelina Vega. And that was just about it. That was it. And then Andrade came out. He said, "You are nothing without me. I am the driving force of the tag team between me and Angel Garza. And last night, we lost. And it wasn't because of me." And then he issued an open challenge. And out came Keith Lee. This match went 7 minutes. 5 minutes around. No commercial breaks for this match. This match went 5 minutes. And Keith Lee beat Andrade. So what I got out of here wasn't even anything about the match. That's cool. Keith Lee beat Andrade. Okay, that's fine. But Andrade needs to be as far away from the microphone as possible, in my opinion. I love Andrade. Andrade, in my opinion, is one of the best wrestlers in the world. But the one thing that is going to haunt him and it's going to ruin his career is the way he talks on the microphone. He needs Zelina Vega. If anything, when Garza is all healthy and ready to come back, earlier in the summer, I said we might be going through an Andrade face turn. Now I'm kind of disagreeing with that. And Andrade should still be heel. He should stay with Zelina Vega because he needs somebody to talk for him. Seriously. Garza's fine. Garza speaks fine English. He speaks really good English, actually. He's charismatic, and he's good on the microphone. So, if anything, if you're going to give Zelina Vega to either Angel Garza or Andrade, I think Andrade would need it much, much more. But Andrade definitely needs to work on his promo work, in my opinion. We got the King's Court with the Mysterio family. And I must say, before we talk about this segment, whatever this was, I'm officially done with this Seth Rollins Mysterio family feud. End it. There's no need to jam it down our throats. I'm just sick and tired of this. This shit should have ended at Payback. I said this last week and I'll say it again. This should have ended at Payback. There's no need for this. So we got the King's Court with the Mysterio family. Ray gets on the microphone. He's talking about what Seth has done to them for the past couple of weeks and months. Dominic said the next time, this is going way too long and it's going on for far too long. I agree with you, Dominic. I agree with you. This is unnecessary. This needs to end. And a good way to end this, they're probably going to lead to a match at Hell in a Cell. But Seth Rollins goes to SmackDown. I think that would be great. Seth Rollins going to SmackDown is actually a nice refresh. Because Seth Rollins has been on Monday Night Raw since 2016. And I know hopefully the show's change in some way. I doubt it. But as far as roster change goes, I think Seth Rollins going to SmackDown could actually be a good move. So that's that. So then King got on the microphone and said, last week, Rollins said that Rollins said that the Aaliyah wasn't the daughter of Rey Mysterio. Then Aaliyah got on the microphone and said, Rollins, he's a hypocrite, he's a coward and all this stuff. And Rollins got on the Titantron and he revealed DMs between Murphy and Aaliyah. Aaliyah stormed to the back, walked out on Rey Mysterio and Angie and Dominic. And now, I don't know. Are they really trying to give a love angle between Aaliyah, Mysterio, and Murphy? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because if that is, I think this is so embarrassing. This is embarrassing. You have a 32-year-old man. I looked this up on my phone tonight. You have a 32-year-old man and a 19-year-old girl. It feels like it's being romantic relationship. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Stop with this shit. We then got Natalya and Lana versus Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose, as if anybody cares. They moved Dana Brooke to Monday Night Raw 2 weeks before the draft because they need somebody to pair up with Mandy Rose. Awesome. I love this logic on Raw. Said nobody. Mandy and Dana Brooke won this match, by the way. Who cares? Who cares? Seriously. We got Kevin Owens versus Aleister Black. It's not the match that I'm upset about. The match was fine. The finish was shitty, though. What I'm upset about is when WWE thinks that it's necessary to take away Superstar's theme music when it's not necessary. This is the second person they have done this to in a month. It was not necessary to take away Keith Lee's music, and now it's not necessary to take away Aleister Black's music and his special entrance and basically his personality. Now I don't know what he is. I don't know what his gimmick's supposed to be, but I mean, Jesus Christ, they have changed literally everything about this guy. I guess those reports about Vince McMahon were true. He's got new theme music. He walks out with a damn bandage over his eye from Solid Snake, and it looks like he's in a band, Slipknot, and he's wearing black leather pants. Now, I don't care about the ring gear. I think the bandage over the eye looks kind of ridiculous. And the theme song, I mean, I could barely hear it, but my God, his NXT theme song was one of my favorite themes in the WWE, and I'm certainly going to miss that theme. But this finish was stupid, man. Excuse me. This finish was stupid, in my opinion. You got Aleister Black attacking Owens. Referee tries to pull Black away. Black accidentally gives the referee an elbow. The referee calls for the bell. It ends in a DQ. Black is arguing the referee like a moron. He looks like a dumbass. He turns around and he takes a stunner. And that was it. Why? I don't understand. I don't understand the change of music for Aleister Black, and I just don't understand I don't understand why he didn't win this match. I swear to God, man, NXT is promoting that there's going to be a former world champion returning to NXT this Sunday at TakeOver. There's so many names that I think it could be. I hope one of them I hope Aleister Black. I was thinking of his name. I think a trip back down to NXT would do wonders for him because they are not using him to his best potential on Monday Night Raw. Either send him back down to NXT or put him on SmackDown because Monday Night Raw is doing him no favors whatsoever. Same goes for Kevin Owens. He should have been the top babyface on Monday Night Raw, in my opinion. He has not done anything important since WrestleMania and Seth Rollins. He's done nothing important. at all. That's quite a shame when we're talking about Kevin Owens. A move to SmackDown would be great for Kevin Owens. And plus, with that roster they have right now, Roman Reigns is going to need challengers for the Universal Championship from now until WrestleMania, where he's eventually, hopefully, going to face off against The Rock. So, a Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens Universal Championship match, I would not mind seeing. That happened in 2017 with Owens as the heel and Roman as the babyface. But this time, you got the roles reversed. Roman's the heel, Kevin Owens is the babyface. I think that could be something good. But will it happen? I don't know. Very quickly, 24/7 title. R-Truth defeats Akira Tozawa and Drew Gulak to retain. Let's move on. Dominic Mysterio versus Murphy. This feels like for the 15th time we've seen Dominic Mysterio go up against Murphy. All of Dominic's matches for the past month have either been against Seth Rollins or Buddy Murphy, or Murphy, whatever you want to call him. I don't even count last week's match because those three individuals were in the same match together. I literally can't wait until this shit's over. Seriously, my God. And this match proved it too. We should be building towards the split between Rollins and Murphy. This has nothing to do with the Mysterio family whatsoever. So, Dominic throws Murphy back in the ring. Dominic is looking under the ring. And he grabs a kendo stick. Then comes Aaliyah, Ray's daughter. She's like, put the stick down. What are you doing? Put that kendo stick down now. Dominic put it down. He's looking at Aaliyah. And then dumb babyface syndrome. Dominic gets distracted by his own sister. Murphy rolls him up. And Murphy got the victory over Dominic. Then Dominic hit Murphy with the kendo stick once. And then she was like, stop. And then Dominic was like, you have no idea what we just done. I'm trying to defend my family and make it the legacy that it is. And what are you doing? You're doing the complete opposite. Our father was right. You are naive. Then she slapped Dominic. She walked away. I cannot stand this whatsoever, man. You guys might enjoy it, and you know what? Good for you. I'm happy for you. But for me personally, they're just doing this because they have nothing and they're jamming it into the ground so hard that we're going to get sick of it. And I'm getting sick of it. I have that feeling. Seth Rollins needs to go to SmackDown. He really does need to go to SmackDown. Talking about matches for however long. We had another match between Apollo Crews and the Hurt Business. I'm not counting Ricochet and Mustafa Ali because that's not the story. Apollo Crews has been feuding with the Hurt Business since June. Since frickin' June. Can we please get this guy away from the Hurt Business? For Christ's sakes. Hell, I'm saying everybody should go to SmackDown tonight. Seth Rollins should go to SmackDown. Kevin Owens should go to SmackDown. Send Apollo Crews over to SmackDown just to get him away from the Hurt Business. Seriously, do it. Do it. He needs to get away from the Hurt Business. There's no need for this match to happen. And this match happening just shows that you're lazy. It just shows WWE's creative, absolutely laziness right there, man. So, this match here, Crews, Ricochet, and Ali versus the Hurt Business. It wasn't okay. It wasn't a bad match. I just didn't care. I just didn't care because I'm so sick and tired of seeing Cruz and the Hurt Business in the same ring together. So, Ali pinned MVP in this match, and they could be lining up Ali as the next challenger for Bobby Lashley. Do I think he takes the title off of Lashley? Absolutely not. Main event, Drew McIntyre's WWE Championship Open Challenge. Out came Dolph Ziggler. That he was not in Wrestling Coast, and then he was like, "Don't worry, it's not me. I got somebody that you're going to be shocked to see." Obviously, this was Bobby Roode, Robert Roode. I never call him Robert, I call him Bobby. So, Bobby Roode answered this WWE Open Challenge to Drew McIntyre. This was the best match on the show. Bobby Roode and Drew McIntyre work really well together. I knew this match was going to be good. This was a good match to end the show. Bobby Roode set up a distraction with Drew and Dolph. Then Roode hit Glorious DDT, and Drew McIntyre kicked out at 2 3/4. That was a very close near fall for Bobby Roode. Then he goes for it again. McIntyre reverses it, hits a Claymore kick, and retains the WWE Championship. Good match. Bobby Roode is back. What's he going to be doing? He'll probably be going to the tag team division with Dolph Ziggler, whether that's on SmackDown or Monday Night Raw. We'll just have to see. Anything could happen with this draft now. Then the show ended with, I guess, a washer guy going to wash the hallways. Then he looked in the hallway. He saw Legends Lounge. He saw that Big Show, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, and Christian. They were in there all night. Randy Orton, it was him. He put the night vision goggles on, and all you hear is these big smashing noises and these big bangs, and the lights came back on. All the furniture was all over the place. All 4 men were down, and then Randy Orton walked out. He put the hood back on. Bunch of referees were running in, and then Orton just pointed to the door like, "It's happening over there." So he's acting like he has no business with it. So we'll see where it goes. So that was Raw for you guys. The only things that I really enjoyed on this show was the opening segment, everything with Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton, and the match between Bobby Roode and Drew McIntyre. So that was that. Different week, same show. It's the same show every single week, and I'm going to keep telling you guys that every single week I do this review. So, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the Raw review here tonight. I want to thank you, each and every single one of you who watched this video. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel. Big week for content. I'll be back tomorrow with your Week 4 NFL predictions, so stay tuned to that. Comment down below what you thought of tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. Like this video if you like what I had to say about tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. Follow me on Twitter at Colin_Joseph. We are 16 followers away from 1.4K followers. So let's try to get that before Wednesday's Dynamite. And if you have not already, make sure you go check out my Clash of Champions review. You will not regret it whatsoever, and you might get a laugh or two out of it. So go check that out, and I will be back to you tomorrow here on the channel. Have a good night, guys, and stay safe.